So all good things needs to come to a close, and so we're wrapping up the ELIXIR 2020 all hands meeting. So I just would like to give a few closing remarks and really thank everyone who attended the virtual meeting this year. So we tried to match or to the previous normal all hands meetings as good as we could in this challenging environment, and I hope you all found it really useful and stimulating. It's been very different, that's for sure, but I think there's been many good discussions, and I hope you enjoyed the talks, the posters, and the workshops as much as I did. And if you're like me, you also only managed to attend a small fraction of what you really would want to attend. But much of the material will be available, and so there is opportunities in the coming weeks if you get withdrawal syndromes. So we had fantastic attendance this year, and I guess that's one of the benefits of the virtual format. So we had over 502 registered participants from all 23 member states in ELIXIR plus EMBL EBI. So it's a lot of attendance, a lot of diversity, and we also had quite a few guests. We had our friends from the Australian Biocommons, and so thanks for joining, and looking forward to work with you in the new collaboration agreement. We had 7 guests from Romania, 4 from South Africa and the H3 Africa Bionet, so thank you for joining us. 1 guest from Poland, 1 from Slovakia, and 1 from Latvia, and also one from the NIH in the US. So thank you all for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the meeting as much as the ELIXIR participants. So I really would want to pause a moment here to reflect on the diversity we've seen in the meeting and the diversity we've enjoyed during the week. It's been lots of people, a lot of ideas, a lot of different backgrounds and different places coming together. But also with the lockdown, I think we all have found ourselves in a lot of different circumstances. And I think we need to recognize for some people the current situation really is quite challenging. And so for many of you who've made an effort to join this week and had to juggle lockdowns, homeschooling, and many other duties, thanks for joining. And I hope you found the space to enjoy the science. This is also a week with anti-racism demonstrations around the globe. I think we're all following the news. And I think that reminds us that we all need to meet people as persons with backgrounds, experience, and personal histories that really bring richness to our efforts. And that we should not make individuals into categories, and that our values are reflected in the actions we take, the behaviors we show, and really how we organize our work. And so you may remember that I said in my introduction that ELIXIR really lives and breathes with the quality of our community. And I think this meeting's been a great testament to the engagement and the commitment we see from everyone who's joined ELIXIR and work with us and work together. So when we now leave the meeting, I know you will bring these values and the behaviors that makes the meeting and the community to such a joy to work with. Bring them back into your everyday life. And I think the demonstrations around the world really reminds us that we all can, and indeed we all must, be the change that we want to see in the world. And it's the sum of the many small actions that we take every day that really makes a difference and matters to the people around us. We also had 2 fantastic keynote speakers, and this year they were not with us in person. The keynotes were held last week in virtual format, and so Janet Kelso and Dimitris Kourias presented webinars. And if you haven't watched these talks yet, I really suggest you do. They are on the ELIXIR website, on our YouTube channel, and there are 2 fantastic lectures on biodiversity and on archaic genomics. I would also like to thank all the speakers of this year's All Hands, the plenary speakers, the workshop speaker, and the mini symposia. It is quite different to work in this virtual environment. I know we all had to make adjustments, and so I'd really like to thank you for your efforts. This is what makes the community and the quality of the discussions. And I think we all want to thank the program committee at the ELIXIR Hub. I'll be the first one to thank them. I have to put the hand on my heart and say I have not done very much to make the all hands meeting 2020 to such a great meeting, but the program committee has put in countless hours, first organizing a normal meeting, and then from March onwards, when it was clear that we would not be able to meet in person in Amsterdam, converting the whole program at short notice to a virtual format. I think you would agree with me that it's worked fabulously well over the week. So thanks all of you, really appreciate it. And I think it's really been an all hands on deck exercise from us this week. So I hope you appreciate the effort they put in. So I now have the pleasure to thank you for the poster presentations and also to award or hand out the poster award. So first, thanks for everyone who submitted a poster. They are on the online Faculty 1000 ELIXIR 2020 space. And so if you hand over to our website or the Faculty 1000 channel, you will find them. We had 44 posters submitted before the weekend, and they've all been reviewed by the All Hands Poster Review Committee. So we have 3 special poster prizes with Amazon vouchers to award. It was a difficult decision. We had technically focused posters, aspects of the ELIXIR infrastructure, a view from particular nodes, a number of training activities and events. And so in the end, and this is where we all have a drum roll on our tables, I guess, here are the poster winners. The first prize is to the Spanish node, or rather, sorry, there are 3 prizes and they're all equal. Sorry, but the ELIXIR Spanish node get the prize for a very nice graphical display of the node, and it was really liked was the explanation of the links to the ELIXIR entities and how they contribute to platforms and communities. The second poster award goes to Cyverse. Again, a really nice and easy to understand poster with a clean graphical presentation of the infrastructure. International impact, and the reviewers also like the link to the COOP presented as part of the verification study. And the third prize is for ELIXIR Germany and the training network, and their training network, I should say. It was very well reviewed. It's personal and a personable field, photos of the trainers and the people involved in the network. A key message and presented in the opening comments, that was the e-infrastructure of people infrastructure. And I think we all agree with that, and this was really well reflected in the posters. So congratulations to the winners. We will send an email to the authors of each of these posters with the good news and their price. And the price is an Amazon voucher. I also have the pleasure of introducing or presenting the winner of the Impact and Innovation Mini Symposia Best Presentation Award. So this was voted by the audience in the workshop, and it was Johanna from Finland who actually wins a grant to support specialized training with visibility on a news item. In the second place were Annalisa and Vagelis from ELIXIR UK. And we also had the special VIP, Christina, the comms specialist at the Australian Biocommons, who joined the workshop and announced the winners. So thank you all for your contribution, and congratulations to Johanna. So a few final remarks. So I would like to ask you to give us feedback. If you haven't done so already, then please do so. It really helps us understand what worked and what doesn't work. In particular with the virtual format, I think this is really helpful. We will probably have to organize virtual events for some time to come. And it's really good to get the experience from audience, and so we can help to improve the events and also share learnings with people in the nodes who need to organize these virtual workshops. So do please give us our feedback. You can submit it in email or via a number of different channels. We will be publishing slides from the workshop in our faculty 1000R space. And so if you don't want them published, to write to us as soon as possible at allhands@elixireurope.org, because then we can withhold them. And I think this message has gone out in all of the workshops as well. So this is important. If you don't want your slides published, do let us know. By default, we will publish material from this meeting. So with that is the third drum roll of the closing remark, and that is the next year's all hands meeting. And so next year's all hands will hopefully be in person again. We'll revert to the normal format. We will combine the all hands meeting with a midterm review of the ELIXIR 2019 to 23 program. And the venue will be in Prague, and ELIXIR Czech Republic will be our co-organizers. So Jiri, I think you are on the line, so please join us for a few remarks.
Yeah, thanks Niklas, and I would like to thanks for selection Prague as the All Hands 2021 meeting city. And we are, as an ELIXIR Czech Republic, are honored to host this important ELIXIR event. I also think that Prague, with this genius loci, will contribute to the collaborative, friendly, and inspiring environment. And I only hope that there will be no global pandemic or global climate change, which will prevent all of you to come to Prague. So we are looking forward to see all of you and see you next year in Prague. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jiri. And I think we're all looking forward to Prague next year and actually meeting each and every one of you in person. I think that is the one downside of the virtual event, is to miss the chat with all of you. So with that, it's only for me to thank everyone for your attendance and your contribution. And I think it really says a lot about ELIXIR that we can make such a successful meeting with all of these contributions and the discussions in quite a challenging time. If you look at the chats in all of the workshops, I think we've managed to have actually really high quality discussions despite the remoteness. So I hope you all have a great summer. I look forward to meet you, if not before, then hopefully in Prague next year. So thank you very much. And with this, I'll close the meeting.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you soon, Jiri, and see you soon, everyone.